welcome to class today. So today we're going to be focusing on the feet. So lots of things to do with feet because we often neglect our feet, but they are literally our vehicles to get around the world for the most part. So we're going to show our feet some love. If you've got a spiky ball or a tennis ball or even just like a water bottle or something hard and round, make sure that you've got that before we start because we are going to be doing a little bit of release of the feet. So we're actually going to start in a kneeling position today. So if you need a cushion, feel free to grab it. So you've got two options depending on how keen you're feeling. If you're somewhere really cold and your feet are really cold, you might want to start just by sitting on the top of your feet. Otherwise, we're going to come into intense toe stretch. So come up onto the knees and tuck the toes under. Maybe you might have to get your hands and just wiggle the little toes under. And then we're going to just sit here for about 5 breaths, taking the time, as always at the start of class, to tap into your breath. So take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then let it go through the mouth. And close through the eyes if you haven't already. Start to breathe in and out through the nose, maybe introducing Ujjayi if that's something that you practice. And I invite you wherever you are to set an intention for class. That may be something as simple as I want to stay present in the moment, or I want to let go of the to-do list. Whatever it is, something that's tangible for you. And the next couple of breaths, think of being drawn up by a string through the crown of your head, stacking the shoulders over the hips, nice and tall, and letting the shoulders just rest on the rib cage. Take one more breath here, and then exhale. And start to open up through the eyes. Come onto all fours. We'll take a couple of rounds of cat-cow. So let the feet come flat to the floor. Inhale, reach the sternum forward. Exhale, round the spine, look towards the belly. Inhale, reach the sternum forward. Exhale, round. Take a few more breaths here at your own pace, feeling into the bits of the spine that might be a little bit stuck, a little bit stiff. And really directing your breath and movement into those areas. And then bring yourself to neutral. Tuck the toes under, take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, you're just going to press into the hands and the feet and lift the knees to hover. And take a few more breaths here, keeping neutral through the spine, so don't let the lower back sink. Really engage that rib to hip connection. 2 more breaths. And then exhale, set it down. Inhale, take a cow belly breath. And then as you exhale, draw the spine to neutral, lift the knees. 2 more just like that. Inhale, cow belly. Exhale, hover. Inhale, cow belly. Exhale to hover. Set the knees down. Come to the tops of the feet now, and we'll do the same thing on the tops of the feet. Inhale, cow belly. Exhale, come to neutral. Press through the tops of the feet and bring the knees to hover. And we'll hold for about 5 breaths on this first one. And feel what your ankles are doing. They're going to want to just drop out to the sides. See if you can engage the outer ankles and draw them towards the midline. Keep the sternum reaching long, collarbones wide. 2 more breaths. And And then inhale, cow belly breath. Exhale, press into the feet, neutral spine, come to hover. Inhale. Exhale, hover. One more like that. Inhale. Exhale, hover. Set the knees down. Tuck the toes under. And everybody this time come back into intense toe stretch. So if you need a little bit of extra padding, you can always have a bolster or a cushion between your hips and your heels. But come to sit back on the heels, interlace the hands, take an inhale, reach the hands to shoulder height. And then as you exhale, start to reach the arms up and overhead. Keeping the shoulders away from the ears and not letting the front of the chest just puff out. Letting the reach come from the upward movement of the shoulder blades. And then exhale, slowly lower it down. So that upward movement of the shoulder blades and that gentle drawing in of the ribs is really important when you come into things like handstand or any of your inversions, even your back bends. You're just going to switch the interlacing of the fingers, move one finger over, inhale, bring it up to shoulder height. And then as you exhale, start to move the arms up above the head. This is also really good for working on your posture, keeping that rib to hip connection. Really helps you to get into the upper spine. A lot of us are stiff. Hold for one more breath. And then exhale, slowly bring it down. And then walk the hands forward again. We're going to do one more set of those hovering cats, but we're going to add on to it. So we'll start on the tops of the feet to stretch out the tops of the feet after that. Inhale, cow belly. Exhale, come to neutral. Hover the knees. Take an inhale here. Ground down through the right foot and send the left foot back to hover. Inhale. Exhale, left foot down. Inhale here. Exhale, send the right leg back. Inhale. Exhale, right foot down. Inhale. Exhale, left leg back. Inhale. Exhale, center. Inhale. Exhale, right leg. Inhale. Exhale here. One more. Inhale, center. Exhale, left leg back. Inhale, center. Exhale, knees down. Inhale, take a cow belly. And then tuck the toes under. Exhale, neutral spine, knees to hover. We do the same thing. Take an inhale in center. Exhale, send the right leg behind. Maybe the toes just hover. Bring it back to center. Take an inhale. Exhale, left leg comes back. Inhale here. Exhale, knee comes back directly underneath the hip. Exhale, take the right leg back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale left. Center. Exhale left. Inhale. Bring it back to center. On your next exhale, take the right leg out. Inhale. Exhale, center. Inhale here. Exhale, left leg. Inhale. Exhale, center. Drop the knees. Inhale, cow belly. And then exhale, round it out for cat. And then bring it back to center. While we're here, we'll take a spinal balance. Inhale, reach the right arm forward. Exhale, take the left leg back. And then you can choose to stay here, or you can bend the left knee, reaching back for the right ankle or foot and pushing the foot into the hand. If you've got a hold of the foot, inhale, release it long. Exhale, bring it back to center. Inhale, take the left arm long. Exhale, reach the right leg behind you. you can always keep the toes on the floor. And stay here, or maybe bend the right knee, reaching back for the foot or the ankle, and then pushing the foot into the hand to open up through the shoulder. Inhale, reach it long. Exhale, take it down. Take the hands about a handprint forward and a little bit wider than the shoulders. Tuck through the toes and then start to slowly hover the knees, lift the hips up into downward facing dog, keeping the knees very bent to start with. And then grounding down evenly through the hands, biceps swing towards the front of the room as you lengthen from the crown of the head to the tailbone. And keep that length through the sides of the body as you slowly start to straighten the legs. Feet are about hips distance, and your heels are disappearing behind your toes. So again here, bring your awareness to your feet. So you want to be really strong through your legs. Your heels are reaching towards the floor, but they may never touch. And then your outer ankles, can you draw them up and in slightly so that you're not just collapsing through the feet. Take 2 more breaths here. Inhale, shift it forward to plank. Exhale, take it back, downward dog. Inhale, ripple forward to plank. And then exhale, lift the hips, come high onto the toes as you come back into downward dog. Inhale, raise up onto the toes. Maybe you can come right onto the tips of the toes as you roll forward to plank. And then reverse that movement, coming as high up onto the toes as you can, all the way back. And take 2 more in this manner. Whatever feels good for you, just really trying to undulate through the whole spine, the whole foot. And then inhale, bring yourself forward to plank. Exhale, lower halfway down. Knees can always lower. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. 2 more like that. Inhale, forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. My ankles are particularly clicky today. I apologize. Inhale, plank. Exhale, lower. Inhale, plank. Exhale, dog. Inhale, sweep the right leg up behind you. Exhale, bend the knee, open the hip. Gently draw down through the right shoulder to even off through the shoulder girdle. And then draw 5 circles in one direction with the ankle. And then 5 in the other direction. Inhale, even off through the pelvis. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, right knee, right elbow. Inhale. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Inhale. Exhale, step the foot between the hands or hike it up there. Drop the back knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Low lunge. And for this one, I want your back toes tucked under. And take 1 more breath here. And then as you exhale, bring the hands down. Plant the left hand. Inhale the left knee up and come into a simple twist. Exhale, take the right hand back to the floor. Step the right leg back to hover. Maybe stay here or lower the right foot. Chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, three-legged dog. And then take the right foot down. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, open the hip, gently drawing that left shoulder down. And taking a few circles in each direction. And then rotating to the other side, switching to the other side. Inhale, even off the pelvis. Exhale, shift forward, knee to nose. Inhale, take it back. Exhale, left knee, left elbow. See how far forward you can get on the toes. Inhale, exhale, cross the body. Maybe you just balance on the right big toe. Inhale, and then exhale, step, walk, hike it all the way up to the top. Drop the back knee. Inhale, low lunge with the back toes tucked under. One more inhale here. Exhale, take the hands down, plant the right hand. Inhale, lift the right knee, simple twist. And keep drawing up through that right leg to keep the pelvis even, or relatively even. Exhale, take the left hand back to the floor, step it back, one-legged plank, maybe stay here, maybe drop both the feet, lower chaturanga. Inhale, plank. Exhale, three-legged dog. Take the foot down, look towards the hands, step, walk, float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Two more like that. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, sink yourself into chair. Exhale, draw the elbows into the spine as you round the spine all the way up to standing. Think of the tailbone dropping. Head comes last. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, sink down, draw the elbows in, round the spine. It's like a wave-like motion. Inhale, reach. Exhale, sink down, drop the tailbone, draw the elbows in. And one more just like that. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to heart center. We'll take a couple of rounds of Surya Namaskar. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right leg steps, knee up or down. Exhale, plank. Hold the breath, lower to the belly. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, down dog. Inhale, right leg steps or walks. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left. Exhale, plank. Hold the breath, lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, dog. Inhale, left. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, right. Exhale, plank. Hold and lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, dog. Inhale, right. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. Exhale, fold. Inhale, left. Exhale, plank. Hold and lower. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, dog. Inhale, left. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise. One more round. Exhale. Inhale, right. Exhale. Hold and lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, right. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left. Exhale. Hold and lower. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, left. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Take the hands to heart center. Sorry, got a bit ahead of myself. So bring your attention to all four corners of the feet. So take a peek down. You want your feet parallel or slightly turned out if that's a little bit more natural for you. And then I want you to close your eyes and think of rocking backwards and forwards. So almost like you're on a boat. Take the weight from the front of the feet to the back of the feet. And just feel all four corners of the feet. And maybe take it from side to side. And notice any parts of your foot that you can't feel. So any parts of your foot where you're like, I'm not really sure what that's doing on the earth. And try and really focus your awareness there. This is what we call proprioception. It's your body's awareness of where it is in space. And that's what's going to help you to balance. So now try and find an even grounding through both of your feet. And then draw up through the quads, the front of the thighs. Gently lengthen the tailbone as you reach the sternum towards the thumbs. Gentle tuck of the chin, Tadasana. And then inhale, sweep the arms up overhead. You can keep the eyes closed if you want a bit of a challenge. And then as you exhale, you're going to start to side bend towards the left. So take the hands over towards the left. Start to shift the weight to the right foot as you bring the left foot straight off to the side. So it's not going to come very far. So you're making this beautiful C shape with the left side of your body. Take 2 more breaths. And then exhale, bring it through center. Take the left leg down, inhale. Exhale, bend yourself over to the right, eyes open or closed. And then start to shift the weight into the left foot as you take the right leg straight out to the side. And notice if your toes are gripping, try and relax the toes. And really draw up strongly through the arch. And then feel your whole leg engage. So what happens at your foot really, really affects what happens further up the body. And then inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, hands to heart center. Open the eyes if they're not already. Take the feet a little bit, take the feet hips distance apart. There we go. Inhale, sink yourself down into chair. And then as you exhale, you're going to start to come up onto the toes. Keep the arms reaching forward. Inhale, drop the heels. Exhale, raise. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And this time as you exhale, hold. Try and keep reaching the arms forward. They can come to shoulder height if that's more comfy, or hook the thumbs. And again, bring the awareness to the ankles. So if you're just rolling to the outside edges of your feet and your pinky toes, your knees are probably splaying out. So try and draw the weight evenly from big toe to little toe. Knees point forward. 2 more breaths. And then exhale, slowly fold it forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, raise it all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. All right, so we're going to take some more balancing work and we're going to incorporate the ball in this time. So if you've got your ball or your water bottle, you're going to take that underneath your right foot, ground down strongly through the left, and then you're just going to start to take little circles under the arch of the foot. And you can go in one direction, the other direction. You can move back and forwards on the foot. And then while you're doing that, I want you to think of how we just stood in Tadasana with both feet on the floor. So can you draw the weight evenly through the left foot? Engage the left quad. Gently direct the tailbone down and then grow tall through the spine. Maybe close the eyes. And find all the tight spots in that right foot, especially in the arch. A lot of us tend to hold tension. And there's a lot of meridian lines through the feet, so if you've ever done reflexology and they work on your feet, you'll know that a lot of shit can come up when you work with your feet. And then release that foot and we'll take it over to the other. So strongly ground down through the right foot. Find that Tadasana leg. Straighten up through the body and then take the ball underneath the left foot. And then I invite you to challenge your balance by closing your eyes and really tapping into the sensations in the bottom of your left foot. Maybe noticing a difference from side to side. Maybe noticing a difference in your awareness in your right foot now that it's back on the floor. Take a couple more breaths here. And then release that left leg. Beautiful. So we're going to come back into some more balance now, and hopefully we've got a bit more awareness of the feet. So inhale, sweep the arms up and overhead. Exhale, fold it forward. Take the peace fingers, hook them around the big toes. Take an inhale to lengthen the spine, and then exhale, bend the elbows off to the side as you fold forward. Bend the knees as much as you need to. And then keep the right fingers just as they are. Take the left hand to the left hip, slight bend in through the left knee, shift the weight to the left, and then start to come to standing, bringing the right foot with you. And then you might stay here, standing tall, finding that Tadasana line, or you might start to extend the right leg out in front of you. Try and keep the right shoulder drawing back and the chest tall. So as opposed to being in a slouch, much better to have the knee bent and standing tall. And then stay here, or if you can keep the hips facing relatively forward, then take the right leg out to the right. And again, relaxing the toes on the mat. And then bringing the foot back to center if you haven't already. And then from here, you're going to release the right ankle on top of the left knee for a figure 4 pose. And you might stay here with the hands at the heart center, or start to sink the left hip directly back behind you, coming in to a seated chair. Seated pigeon. Standing pigeon. Oh my goodness. There we go. And you can keep your hands at heart center. You can hook the elbows over the shins, or you can bring the hands down to the floor, whatever's feeling good in your body. We'll take a few more breaths here. And then taking the right peace fingers back around the toe, bring yourself all the way back up into standing. One more breath. And then exhale, slowly release it all the way down. Keep a hold of the toe the whole way down to the floor. See how slowly you can go. And then take the left peace fingers around the toe. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold in for a few breaths. And then keep the left hand as it is. Shift the right hand to the right hip and then start to come to standing on the right leg. And then staying here as you are, or extending the left leg out in front of you. Again, drawing back through the shoulder, trying to keep the hips even. And stay here or start to open the leg out to the side if that feels good in your body. And then bringing the leg back to center if it's not there already. Take the left ankle, cross it over the right knee. Bring the hands to heart center, inhale. And then stay here, or as you exhale, start to send the right hip back, sinking down into standing pigeon. And then taking the hands to the heart center, elbows over the shins, or hands down towards the floor. Try and really sink that right hip down and back as you extend the sternum forward. And then taking hold of those left toes again, that left big toe, come all the way up to standing. Take an inhale here, and then keeping a hold of the toe as slowly as you can, come back out the way that you came in. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees, sink the hips to chair pose. Exhale, sweep the arms back, aeroplane chair. Inhale, arms forward, heels down. Exhale. Two more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. This time stay on the toes. Inhale, sweep the arms forward and come all the way up to standing. Try and keep those outer ankles hugging in. Think of the inner thighs almost wrapping together. Reach all the way up, and then as you exhale, part the arms off to the side and see if you can slowly stay on the toes as you bend yourself forward. Taking your time, almost as if someone is pulling you back up to standing and you're trying to resist them all the way down. And then hands come to the floor. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step the right leg back. Exhale, drop the knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, lift the back knee, crescent lunge. Gently draw back through the left hip. Take an inhale here. And then as you exhale, you're going to play around with straightening the front leg and shifting the weight back into the right foot. So that's a whole nother level of stability. Take one more breath here. And then exhale, shift it forward into crescent lunge. Inhale, exhale, fold it forward, pyramid pose. And again here, grab your ball or your water bottle, whatever you've got, and you're going to place it underneath the front foot. And here, I just want you to play around with shifting the weight back and forward. So if you need some blocks to prop your hands up on to give you a little bit of height, or some books or something, that can be helpful. But you're just going to roll that foot backwards and forwards, pressing through the back foot. So the back heel's not going to touch the floor. You're just kind of rolling on the ball of the back foot. I apologise if I did a really bad job of explaining that. Made a lot more sense in my head. And then bring the front heel back down. Release that ball off to the side. Take one more inhale. Exhale. Drop the hips down. Step it back to plank. Take an inhale in plank. Exhale. Lower chaturanga. Your choice. Up dog, cobra, or straight back to downward dog on your inhale. And then exhale. We all meet back in downward dog. Look towards the top of the mat. Step, walk, hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, step the left leg back. Exhale, drop the knee. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, lift the back knee, crescent. Stay for a couple of breaths, gently drawing back through the right hip. Hopefully I can explain this side a little bit better. Take an inhale, and then as you exhale, start to bend the back knee, straighten the front leg, shift the weight back into the back leg. So you're really having to stabilize through that back ankle. And then shift it forward, inhaling crescent. Exhale, extended pyramid pose. So come into pyramid pose, straight through the front leg. Take your ball, lift the front of the front foot so that the heel's just on the floor, and then put your ball or water bottle underneath it, and then start to play around. Maybe you can lift the heel off the floor. Maybe you just stay rocking the foot from side to side on your water bottle, whatever feels good in your body. Really articulating through that back ankle to get movement in both sides of the body. And then release that front heel down. Take the ball off to the side. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, step it back to plank. Inhale in plank, your choice, vinyasa or downward facing dog. Look towards the hands, step, walk or float. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, hands behind you. This time keep the hands behind you as you start to dip the chest forward and start to straighten out through the knees. And then stay up on the toes. Start to bring the arms forward as you start to bring the chest up all the way to standing. So getting a lot of leg strength and a lot of spinal strength in there. And then exhale, last push on the toes. Bend it all the way back forward again. And then dropping the heels. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step, walk or float, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Look again to the top of the mat. Step, walk, float. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, raise the heels, sweep the arms back. Inhale, keep the heels lifted, hands to shoulder height, and then start to sink yourself down all the way onto your toes. Onto your heels. You're already on your toes. So your bum's going to come all the way to the heels, and then you're going to take opposite hand to opposite elbow and wrap yourself around your shins. I think this is called ball of yarn or cosmic egg. I personally like cosmic egg better. I think that's just an awesome name for a yoga pose. And so you're trying to make yourself as small as you can, maybe tucking the chin into the chest, maybe the forehead comes to the knees. And then slowly start to bring the forehead away from the knees. Drop yourself back onto your heels, back onto your bum, and come into Navasana boat pose. So your feet can be down. You can hold behind the back of your knees. Wherever you are, I want you to be nice and tall through the spine. And in the theme of toes, we're going to bring the heels in towards the bum. Take your peace fingers again, hook them around your big toes, and you might stay here with your feet just hovering off the mat. You might extend the legs out in front of you. And maybe, if it's available, you might come into upward angle pose, taking the legs apart. Wherever you are, I want you to think tall through the spine as you balance up on the sit bones. And then we're going to take this into a rolling movement. So if your legs are apart, bring your legs back together. And you might want to have a slight bend in your knees. You can do this with your feet all the way down here as well if you want to. Holding onto the toes, you're going to roll backwards onto the shoulders, balance, and then roll yourself forward into Navasana, balance. And then we're going to just take that a few times. So try and not just use momentum, try and use the strength in your center to catch a balance at each end of the movement. Hopefully you've got a little bit more space than I do. And we'll take one more in each direction. And whoa, too much. Come up into upward angle, one more breath. And then exhale, slowly lower the heels down, keeping a hold of the toes. Start to walk the bum back as far as you can. So you might have to keep your knees super, super bent, and that's fine. Otherwise, straightening out through the legs. Inhale, reach that sternum forward. And then exhale, slowly start to fold over the legs. And take a couple of breaths here to slow that heart rate down before we come back into standing. And then come back up to straight. So we've got a bit of a different transition here. You're going to take your feet wider than hips distance apart, and then you take your hands behind you. Start to prop up onto your fingertips. So if you can hold yourself here, that's great. If you can't and you need to super bend through your knees, then that's fine. You're going to start to walk yourself all the way forward into Malasana. So into a nice deep squat. If you need to roll up the back of your towel to plant your heels down, then that's fine. Take an inhale here, and then as you exhale, you're going to raise up onto the toes. Inhale, lower. Exhale, raise up onto the toes. Inhale, lower. Keep going like this. And if this is too hard, you of course can take one heel at a time. You can just stay working in your squat. You can always bring it up a little bit higher if it's a little bit funky on the knees. Bringing it up a little bit higher is probably a little bit more work on the legs, so bonus you, extra leg workout. And take two more each direction. And then on your inhale, we're going to come all the way to standing. And then exhale, hands to heart center. Bring the feet back to hips distance apart. Inhale, sweep those arms up overhead. Exhale, fold it forward. Take the right peace fingers, hook them around the right big toe. Left hand to the left hip. Inhale, lengthen the sternum. Exhale, fold. Shift the weight to the left leg. Bring the right knee up into standing. Inhale, extend the right leg. Exhale, take a bend. And then you're going to release the right foot. Start to take the right foot behind you. And just like we did on the floor at the start, maybe reach back with that left hand for the right ankle. Take the right arm up. Try and keep the hips even here as you press the left foot, press the right hand in, oh my goodness, press the right foot into the left hand. There we go. As you start to tilt yourself forward. So I want you to try and think of both of your hips pointing in the same direction, and your right shoulder is going to want to open up towards the ceiling. See if you can draw it in line with the left down towards the floor. Take 3 more breaths here, really opening up through the upper back. And then exhale, bring it back to center. Got one more push here, so we're going into toe balance. Take the right ankle, cross it over the left knee. Again, you're always welcome to stay here. Next stage, bring the hands to the heart. Start to sink yourself down into standing pigeon. Stay here, or start to come up onto the toes of the left leg. You're probably going to want to take the hands down to the floor and start to sink the hips down, 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 so that you're resting on the left heel. And if you have knee problems, you're probably not going to come this far. So adjust the right foot if you need to. And you can stay here working on staying up tall in through the spine, or if you want to play with your balance, then you can start to hover one arm and then maybe the other arm, and then maybe your balance is better than mine and you can bring both of your hands into heart center. Wherever you are, stay connected to your breath. We'll stay for about 3 more. And then you're going to take the hands in front of the shin and start to come back up to standing. Slowly, you're going to get a big rush of blood to that leg. And then slowly starting to come all the way back upright. One more time, grabbing those right toes, take an inhale. And then exhale, slowly lowering all the way back down to the floor. Whew. Hello, left leg. Take an inhale here. And then open mouth, exhale. Second side, shall we? Take the peace fingers, hook them around the left big toe. Take the right hand to the right hip, shift the weight to the right, and then start to come up into standing. Inhale, extend that left leg. And then exhale, start to draw it in. Take the foot behind you, bending through the knee. Reach for the right foot or ankle with the right shoulder. Stand up nice and straight. Get the shoulders and the hips relatively even. And then start to kick the left foot into the right hand as you hinge yourself forward, opening up through the right shoulder and reaching the left arm forward. So what I want you to aim for here is lengthen through the spine. Bring the back bend more into the upper spine as opposed to just dumping into the lower back. And then slowly bring yourself all the way back upright. Take the left ankle, cross it over the top of the right knee. Hands come to heart center. Stay or start to bend into standing pigeon. Stay or start to sink down, 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 maybe bringing the hands to the floor as you lift the right heel, squat your way all the way down into toe balance. And then stay with the hands on the floor or blocks. Or maybe play around with floating one arm off. And maybe floating two arms off. And maybe bringing the hands to heart center. Maybe using the wall as a prop. And just know if you fall out, that's wonderful. It means that you're human. Always a relief. You just come back in and join us when you're ready. And always just remember how boring life would be if you didn't have something to work towards. And take 2 more breaths. And start to take the hands back in front of the shin. Slowly make your way up to standing. Straightening all the way up. And then bringing the left knee in towards the chest. Taking the left big toe, there's only one of them. Inhale, straighten through the spine. Exhale, slowly bend it all the way forward. And then once you get there, take an inhale. Exhale, step, walk, float. Make your way back to downward dog, however you wish. And we're just going to take a hamstring stretch to stretch that out. So inhale, sweep the right leg behind you. Exhale, step it forward. Drop the back knee. Inhale, reach the sternum. And then as you exhale, start to shift the hips backwards. Drawing gently back through the right hip. Tuck the toes of the left foot under and maybe start to sit yourself back onto that left heel. Maybe crawling the hands forward a little bit. If full splits is in your practice and you wish to take that now, feel free. Play around with turning the toes out to the side and in, just feeling the different angles of stretch. And then shifting it forward, back into your lunge. Stay here or bend the back knee, reaching back once more for the inside edge of that left foot. And then twisting the torso open to the right as you gently draw the left heel towards the bum. Keeping nice and open through the chest. And then slowly releasing that side, plant the hands, step back, your choice, dog or take it through a vinyasa. Inhale, sweep the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Drop the back knee. Inhale, send the sternum forward. And then exhale, start to shift the hips back. Tuck the toes under, start to sit back on the right heel if that's available for you. And then keeping the spine long, start to crawl the fingers forward any amount as you gently draw back through the left hip. And again, if full splits is in your practice and you want to take that, feel free. Otherwise, playing around with turning the front foot in and out, feeling the different angles of stretch. And then shifting it forward. Feel free to stay here or plant the right hand, reach back with the left for the right foot, open the chest towards the left as you gently draw the right heel towards you. slowly release the right foot. Plant the hands, step it back, your choice, downward dog or take it through a vinyasa. And then look towards the hands. You're going to step the feet, you're going to step, jump or walk the feet in between the hands into a little crouch. So step, walk, float, up onto the toes one more time. We're going to come into that little cosmic egg position. So wrapping yourself into a little ball. And then from here, you're going to keep the little ball, start to lower the heels down. Maybe you loosen the arms a little bit as you drop yourself towards the bum, and then come to lie on your back, drawing the knees in towards you, maybe rocking a little from side to side. And then bring the arms off to cactus or capital T. And take the knees over towards the left for a gentle spinal twist. Keeping the knees stacked, gently drawing the right hip away from you and the right shoulder towards the floor. And then inhale your way through center. Exhale over to the other side, stacking the knees, gently lengthening through the torso. And inhale through center. And then bring the soles of the feet together to Supta Baddha Konasana, letting the knees fall out to the side. And you can choose to stay here or make your way into any other comfortable position. Take one more nice deep breath in through the nose, holding it at the top. And then letting it go through the mouth. Please stay in Shavasana for as long as you have time for it. Today, as you go forward, may you have peace and clarity in your thoughts, kindness and wisdom in your words, joy and lightness in your heart. Namaste.